Good afternoon, sir. Sivaride, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Just 2 minutes. We will wait for the participants and we'll start the session, sir.
Sure, ma'am.
Sir, Sivaride, sir, we will just introduce yourself, sir. Introduce you, sir. Then later on you can connect with your PPT, sir.
Shall I start or ma'am? Or are you going to be introduce myself?
You will introduce yourself, sir.
Fine. Then I'll minimize my.
Yes, sir, please. Yes, sir. Good afternoon to all the participants. Now the session is on BEP, that is a break-even point, a working capital assessment by Professor Sivareddy, sir. He is an associate professor from Mallareddy College of Engineering. Sir is experienced with a professional with over 15 years of experience in the field of teaching and industry. He has awarded a doctorate in commerce and management and MBA with finance specialization. Sir handles various subjects and topics such as security analysis, portfolio management, financial derivatives, financial management, financial institutions, market and services, managerial economics, and financial analysis, with a master trainer of NCFM and NISM certification courses. Sir has been awarded and completed 3 funding projects for ICSSR worth 15 lakhs and UGC Stride C2 cadre with 38 lakhs 20,000 accomplished comprehensive research work, presented and published articles in high impact journals like Web of Science, Scoopers, Open Access, and peer reviewed journals. And Sir is also acting as a reviewer for 2 international publications. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And very good afternoon, all the participants. It's my honor and privilege to be part of this FDP program organized by the Yogaraju Gangaraju institutions. And I'm thankful you, ma'am. Once again, I'm much thankful to the opportunity. Now I am going to be start my session.
Thank you, sir. Just for a minute, can you switch on your video, sir?
Sure, ma'am. 1 second.
Right, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
please. I'll turn off my video now because
Yes, sir. No issue.
yeah, yeah, very good afternoon, guys. Now we are going to be discussing the concept of break-even analysis and working capital assessment. If you observe the GIF or the animated GIF which is floating on the left corner of the slide, it is showing that all the money is moving around the world, or the money is moving around the world, and it's up to you how effectively, how accurately, and how efficiently you can grab it or you can catch it. Simply, all the business and the commerce people preferably talks about this quotation. Of course, conceptually, we or majority of we are aware that break-even analysis is a situation where an organization is standing at a position called no profit or no loss situation. It's very easy to read and understand, but much difficult aspect in reality or in practical because there are many components which contribute and which need to be supported to start and run a business successfully over a period of time. Yeah, we are very familiar to start any businesses or majority of the businesses, but unfortunately, most of the businesses are going to be stopped or going to be winding up within short spans of within a little span of time. There are many reasons for this, but people who are lacking at proper planning and proper execution of the plan are going to be struggled in these aspects. And there are many such stories we can have. We can take, for example, similarly, there are and many more failure stories which taught many lessons to the entrepreneurs, academicians, and to the policymakers too, as well. Okay, just I said that break-even point or break-even analysis is a situation where the business firm stands no profit or no loss position. Uh, Simply, it speaks about people thought that it is about tenure of time. Some may thought that it is about quantity or volume of sales unit, number of units you are going to be sell to stand at break-even point. Of course, these two type or kind of analysis are true, but more or less, business people thought about tenure of break-even analysis. The standard tenure, as per norms, it was about 3.5 years, and later it is declined to 3 years. And for this techno business era, it is considered as 1.5 year to 2 years as the break-even point or break-even analysis tenure considered by business people. If it is taking more than 1.5 year to 2 years, business people or entrepreneurs are going to be worried about the kind of business which they are going to be starting. Because after 1.5 year or 2 years, because of this rapid technological changes, businesses are going to be reshaping their dimensions, redesigning their existence, uh, reproducing themselves according to the customer and market demand. Okay, that's why business people always considered and worried about this factor. Okay, so conceptually, the most considerable factors and components of break-even analysis is fixed cost and variable cost, because these two are the expenditures or the cost incurred by the business people or entrepreneurs to start and run the business. But there are many other factors, many external factors, which are going to be impacted, which are going to be shown their influence on break-even analysis. For example, if you take cost of raw material. The assumption of break-even analysis is the cost of raw material is going to be considered at a standard level or fixed over a period of time, maybe for 1 year, 1.5 years, or 2 years. But in reality, that is too different. And it may not be possible always the cost is going to be the same or standard over a period of time. Okay, so whenever the component of the cost of fixed amount is going to be influenced by variable, automatically the break-even analysis or the break-even review also is going to be changed. Next, look at the variable cost component. Just I mentioned cost of raw material, which comes from the variable component. You can take the example of other component for fixed cost, which you borrowed some capital from bankers at a rate of interest. The rate of interest is going to be varied based on market demand, sometimes based on statutory announcements by RBI or bankers. And the cost of debentures, the cost of bonds, all these are various sort of various sources of acquisition or acquiring fixed capital to the firm. Whenever the rate of interest are going to be changed, then the cost of this fixed variety or volume is going to be varied. Next, the third component is selling price per unit. And of course, the price of unit, any individual unit may consist of cost of production plus taxes plus profit. All these three factors are variables determine the selling price for any product. Okay, here, whenever the competitors arrive into the market or due to certain or specific factors, the selling price also going to be changed. The producer himself, maybe to acquire more number of customers, to be aggressively enter to the market, or to be kill the competitor, to be aside the competitor. Okay, they use the manufacturer or the producer use the selling price concept as one of the tools to enter into the market, to acquire the market, to retain the market, and to even the competitors. So whenever the price per unit is going to be changed, even by the time the break-even analysis or the break-even point is also going to be changed. Okay, and sometimes in my introductions, I mentioned you break-even analysis not only consider the revenue, it also consider the volume of product, the quantity of product where a producer sells to stand at break-even point. So in this aspect, if the manufacturer wants to dump more number of goods into the market, then he can push the more quantity of goods to the market. There won't be any selling price. Then the break-even point will be the same. So the conceptual or introduction about break-even analysis in a graphical representation, you can observe this. Okay. The components which we need to be considered.
Sir, slide is not changing, sir.
1 second, maybe it takes 2 seconds of time. Now,
No, sir. Yes, sir.
the chart is displayed. Ma'am, is it
Yes.
showing the chart? Yeah.
No, sir. This is the second slide now. Now it is third slide. Yes, sir.
To assess the break-even point, these are the components. So these are the variables usually every business person is going to be considered. Among this, the first component is the component of fixed cost. Why the component of fixed cost has been started a little bit upper side to the axis means irrespective of the revenue or irrespective of the production, irrespective of the business activities, this is the cost which is going to be remain the same. It is not going to be accumulate from this particular point. So the fixed cost is going to remain the same over a period of time to some extent of quantity of products. Okay. Look at the curve which is showing in color green. That is the total cost curve. If you started production, the cost is going to be increased in proportionate to the production. If you start more and more production, the cost curve is going to increase more and more. But the average cost curve is going to be declined. Average cost curve, of course, I didn't mention here that because that's going to be leads to more production. That's why I haven't placed it. So once the average cost count comes down, okay, the cost of production is going to be minimized. At a certain level, I think the cost of production is going to be hiked due to different factors. But if you look at a pink in color, PEP point one, this is the point. This is the point where the business entity is standing at no profit and no loss zone. Once the revenue or the sales or the operations cross this point, from the next step onwards, the organization is going to be started getting additional returns on its investment to the volume or the quantity of revenue, the value of revenue which they received beyond this point is altogether is going to be considered as profit. It's up to the organization what they use the goods or to what extent they can offer the fee. There are no standalone, there are no statutory monitoring towards this. Business firm can run their operations according to their priorities. If they want to get more and more revenue, more and more profit, more and more sales, they decide that they design the operations according to that. If they are not up to, if they stick towards a particular target level of profit, a particular target level of sales, even towards that they can plan their production. Simply, it helps the business firms to decide what quantity or how much volume they can produce per a day, per a month, per a quarter, per a half year, or per an year. That decides the volume of profit. Of course, people or laymen may thought that they can dump huge quantity of product and they can get huge revenue, which may result into profit on very sooner time. But here, the most important factor we need to consider is the market demand for the product. Market demand for the product. If you produce more and more goods, irrespective of or without considering the demand, if units are not in a position to sell in the market, then you need to be again minimize your price, selling price of your unit. That will help to get a little more customers. But finally, unsold products or inventory in terms of finished goods is going to be accumulated. Again, that is going to be problem to the organization because funds are going to be struck. It means your funds, maybe cash, maybe receivables are going to be held in terms of raw material, maybe in terms of work in progress, maybe in terms of finished goods. This is the liquid cash. Liquid cash procured and utilizing by the organization. So finally, these funds are going to be struck in the market. So that should not be like that. So that should be in a liquid mode or liquid flow, which can be easily convertible into cash. So anyway, in the second part, we are going to be discuss more on working capital management, how these funds are going to be utilized, or what are the estimating methods, on how they can be procured, on other any standard norms or policy measures like this. So simply this is the break-even chart. Usually firms want to be get profits, but for that they should be continuously focused on monitoring in the market, and finally they may be reach the point where they are looking or where they targeted. But it takes some time, maybe 1.5 years, 2 years, or even more than that. Again, that depends on next of the business. Okay, so break-even analysis helps any businesses in this following aspect. First one, a product is the combination of many sub-products or many sub-items. For example, if you want to produce a car, you need to hold many sub-items like tiles, maybe glass, maybe plastic, maybe steel, maybe fiber, maybe rubber. So a single manufacturer may not be very good at producing all these items. Okay, if you take an example of Toyota or Honda or Hyundai, they are very good at car manufacturing, but these people are not producing their own tire because they may not have sufficient time to produce tires, or else they may not get a good volume, good quantity of profits by producing tires, or they are not at all interested in production of tires, whatever it is. They thought that it is better to go with the third party, or we can purchase from the same product from somebody else because they are very good at manufacturing that item, a quality item at lesser cost in lesser time. They may be very good at producing. Then why should we worry about the sub item? So we may focus only on this aspect or only on specialized product. Okay. Second one, while starting a new business, every business people or person may talk about what is the expected expenditure, what is the source and the tenure of revenue, and how long it takes to be standard break even. Meanwhile, if any market interruptions were appeared and happened, how the issues are going to be settled down, all these issues are going to be considered at second one. Third aspect is margin of safety. Margin of safety to decide what is the quantity or what is the volume of output you need to be sell to the market to be stand at a particular position, particularly at a profitable position. Calculation wise margin of safety is nothing but the additional sales over break-even analysis or break-even point. The more or the additional sales from break-even analysis is nothing but margin of safety. Okay, if you are at margin of safety position, indirectly it means that you are getting profits, but the volume of profits varies again. That depends on some other factor. The, the fourth or other important factor in market or in business is selling price of product in the market. Because due to this competition and due to these price wars and due to many aspects, the price or the selling price is going to be decided. All the aspects and all the tools in the market. Yeah, price is one of the open tool or open weapon to any competitor in the market. Usually, if you fix high prices to a product, in one side it carries that the product is more qualitative and valued item, but on the other side, you may ready to lose some number of customers until unless if you are able to satisfy the item or the product according to the market or customer requirements. So now it's again the volume of production where helps to define the break-even point to any business, not only in terms of time. As I said earlier, it was about 3.5 years. Business people may target for 3 years and 3.5 years to be standard break-even, but later it has minimized to 2 years to 2.5 years, 2.5 years. But now, even it reduced to 1.years to 2 years or 1.5 years to 2 years. So business people who do not jump to a conclusion that people are quickly they want to get higher profit. It doesn't mean that they are peers in the market. They are not they are not able to get the constant sales to any product or to a product over a period of time. Maybe for 1 year, 1.5 years, the sales may be expected. But later time, they, that depends on many other factors. Many companies are failing to capture why a product is not able to do very good in the market as till yesterday it done or it went well. I have given it, I have taken a case study and all the figures are quoted in the case study. At the end of the session, we are going to discuss this. The next one is target profit. If the manufacturer want to fix a set of profit, the break-even point, the break-even analysis helps them to decide and specify the other variables. The working capital they need to be acquired to be stand at this level to get the profit. What is the quantity they need to be sell? They need to be produced and sell in the market to be get this volume of profit. And all this aspect, a businessman can fix the target profit for a period of time. When sudden or a sudden by using this analysis, he person can make this profit by selling this quantity of item. For that, target profit unbreakable. At the time of fixing budgets, to any particular profit center, cost center, or to any particular unit, a single unit of production also, break-even analysis helps the business people in many aspects. Of course, introduction of a new product or new service, calculation of all the relevant and considerable cost, and what is the optimum product portfolio to be standard breaking point and the appears and decisions of business, and finally plant shutdown point. At all these aspects, break-even analysis helps to decide. And of course, there are many factors which influence all these. Majorly, all these factors decides and helps a business owner to understand and to run the business in more successful manner. So, mathematically, these are different formulas for calculating break-even analysis. I think yes, these are names. The first one is a break-even units, break-even point in terms of units. How if you sell 100 units, what will be there will be standard. If you want to be standard, no profit or no loss position, how much quantity of units you have to sell. That will be decided with the first formula. If you look at the second one, break-even point in terms of value. If you want to stand at no profit or no loss, then what will be the revenue you need to be generated? It is 1 lakh rupees, is it 2 lakhs rupees, or is it 5 lakhs rupees? Even is it more than that? Yeah, just now I mentioned the margin of safety. Margin of safety. It's nothing but the additional units sale beyond the BEP point. Next, profit volume ratio. So it displays the percentage of sales and profit, which reveals the actual numbers or actual figures to the business people. And the finally, target profit. If you want to set, if you want to fix a specific profit for that, what is the volume of sales you need to be generated to enjoy the volume of profit. All these are about mathematical formulas. Of course, we are not much interested in these formulas. This is second, second part of our presentation, which is our working capital assessment. Even this is also very easy to understand in definitional or structural manner, but very difficult to execute and very difficult to follow the standard norms or the standard procedure. Okay, the working capital is the money available to the business people or business owners to meet their regular day-to-day activities without having any interruption. If you want to run your business, what is the quantity or value of money you should hold? The simplest naming and definition of working capital, critical. And the management of working capital refers to what is the new quantity of the what is the form of money, like you may not, you should not confine to that working capital. It only includes the cash availability or cash requirements. It's not only cash requirement, it considers all the varieties of current assets. Okay, of course, there is one more formula: net working capital and gas working capital. Uh, Forget about all these gas or net working capital. But simply working capital is the volume of funds or the amount of funds need to hold by the business people to run it in a successful manner. Yeah, if you look at the third point, it includes working capital management. The process includes management of cash, management of trade receivables, management of trade payables, short-term financing, and inventory management. All these five components or variables or factors play a significant role, or more weightage will be given for these five components. Yeah, it's up to the individual, it's up to the business people, and they need to be estimate and calculate what is the amount they require and what is the form of that amount they require to run a business in successful manner. Determinant determinants of capital or working capital. Yeah, all these are based on nature of the business. For example, if you're a business like construction or real estate, to over a period of time, you need to be spend money. You cannot expect returns unless you completed a whole project and you sell or you deliver to the client. For that, you need to be procured more and more. Every that will be the form of material, that will be in the form of machinery, that will be in the form of fixing or some other accessories. But many studies reveal that in manufacturing or for manufacturing business, majority of the cost of production is associated with material. Indirectly, it means that over, over and above 50 to 60% expenditure is related to material. The remaining 40 to 50% is related to processing that material and some other aspect. Okay, all these are various factors which determine the volume of working capital or the quantity of working capital to the business for a particular period of time. There are different methods or different types of assessment or prediction of working capital. Among these three are considered as prime, considerable assessment factors for deciding working capital to any organization. First one is,
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. Slide is same, sir. Break-even analysis. That chart is there.
ma'am, I'm moving on. I'm at, I think, 9th or 10th slide. 10th
Change.
slide.
There was no change in the slide, sir. Yes, sir. Now you are in the assessment of working capital slide, sir.
Before this, all these were completed.
Not visible, sir.
No slide has been open. Units of break even. This one, this one.
No, sir. Till now it was not visible.
Anyway,
Okay, sir. Please continue. Sir.
minimum is working at minimum mode. Now it's assessment of working capital. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Assessment of working capital is visible, sir.
I'm continuing with this minimum mode only.
Okay. Yes, sir. You are not in slide sharing mode. Slide show. No problem, sir. You can continue with the same slide. Whenever you change the slide, just inform us, sir. So we'll let you know whether that slide is changed or not. Please continue, sir. Sir, you are muted. Sir, unmute yourself, sir.
Ma'am, now am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible, sir. Whenever you change the slide, just inform us, sir. We'll let you know whether the slide has changed or not.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
These are three different methods of assessing working capital to any business person. There are few more methods, but among all those, these three methods are considered as prime and most reliable techniques for assessing working capital. The first one is based on net sales. If the net sales are going to be predicted as 100 rupees, in that proportionate of net sales, maybe 30% or 40%. At the 30 or 40 rupees is going to be considered as working capital and working capital required. And second one is percentage of total or fixed assets. If an organization is consisting of 1,000 rupees of assets, that includes fixed and current assets too. So as a proportionate of total assets, this is also going to be considered. It may be equally divided based on, again, nature of the businesses, the proportionate is going to be fixed. One third one, on the basis of operating cycle. This is the most considerable method for any or majority of the businesses which are running in manufacturing industry. They are going to be produce items for that. They need to be purchased material. Again, that should be processed, and the process item must be converted into finished goods. Again, should be converted into sales. Like this, assessment will be taking place. And I have changed the slide. Is it moved or not? Hello?
Yes, sir. Committee
Yes,
is
sir.
working capital.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
statutory authorities like RBI and the finance and many other, this is going to be a hectic problem. Or these are going to be resulted into many problems to the business people. That's why it should not be leave like this or openly. It should be standard norms or procedures or policy framework must be designed in these lines. By quoting many of the problems, RBI was established a committee during 1990s, presidency of Naik, and the committee is naming as Naik Committee. And they were referred many problems to their statutory agency, and many of the problems they identified that many of the businesses are looking for bankers and funding agencies for procurement of capital. But it should not be like that. At least the proportionate of the amount must be held by the business parties, and the remaining a little proportion can be accepted from the buyers or from the market. The remaining proportion must be approaches from the bankers or financial institutions. By the time more than 90% of the working capital is used to procure from the bankers and financial institutions only, which is not at all acceptable, which was not at all acceptable by the market. And later, during 1996, the same RBI was formed, framed one more committee, and they were given some additional and extra inputs. They quoted that it's not a standard kind of problem to all the businesses. Okay, so all the working capital requirements should not be considered in one aspect. There should be there should be many deviations that depends on nature of business, that depends on nature of product, that depends on uh, market existed to the product. All these factors need to be considered, and based on that nature, the working capital requirements must be decided. For example, if you take cement industry, they need to be maintained certain quantity or volume of working capital. If it is pharma industry, they need to be maintained a specific quantity or volume of working capital. If it is in FMCG, there need to be a certain volume of. In this way, they are decided and designed all these aspects. Now, this is the case study which I have taken for discussion. As Padmanabhan asked me to go with practical and real examples. I'm very sorry to say that all these financial matters are not going to be disclosed by any business party, even if they are running the huge profits for the external parties. They may say that yeah, we are of course we are doing good. Even if an organization is doing at the worst conditions, they may not disclose the same factor. I've changed the slide. Is it changed? Forget to ask you.
It is now it has changed, sir.
Yeah. So this is the case study which was taken up by KPMG with, in association with Capital IQ, and a study from 2010 to 2021 over 1,500 companies, and the study report revealed all these numbers. Okay, the concept of cash conversion cycle. Yeah, as I said, cash is one of the major components in working capital. Along with cash, the two other important factors are trade payables and trade receivables. Okay, these three factors they considered for fixing working capital to any cost. Okay, look at the first one, DSO, days sales outstanding. What is the volume of sales taking place in any particular day or given day? Second one, inventory outstanding. What is the amount locked in terms of inventory? Maybe that may be in the form of raw material, that may be in the form of working process goods, but maybe in the form of finished product. And finally, what is the amount of payable by the organization? These three factors besides cash conversion cycle as well as working capital requirements to any firm. Yeah, this is the working capital index, which is considered pre and post COVID scenario. Pre and post COVID scenario. Initially, yeah, of course, the standard norm or business order if they have working capital for 3 months as buffer, that is enough to run the business. Meanwhile, if they face any problems, they can resolve and uh, execute the required capital. But now the situations are completely changed due to this pandemic and many other market conditions. Business people are getting cleared about to fix the volume of working capital. For how long? For how long the working capital should be procured before they start into the real activities? Is it 3 months? Is it acceptable? 4 months? Is it acceptable? 5 months or 6 months? Standard studies may reveal that 3 to 6 months is acceptable, but it should not be 3 to 6 months. Even it should be more than this. Many studies revealed by International Financial Corporation as well as IMF, they thought that working capital or the buffer working capital for 9 months is acceptable for many of the businesses. Many of the businesses. The same is shown as numbers. In that, what is the volume of cash? Now, I have a slide. Is it changed?
No, sir, not change. Ah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now it's okay.
This is
Cash
about,
index.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is about cash index. Uh, it is showing the reverse direction and it's not having a particular direction in the chart. As I mentioned earlier, there are no standard norms, there are no standard or statutory policy standards towards working capital. That's why this graph as well as line is showing ups and downs. So this is the indication of it is depending on many factors and there is no proper way or method of fixing working capital. As the major component of working capital, the reserve or the holding of cash play a vital role. So during 2010 and 11, it was about 100 days. It means that companies should hold minimum cash balance for next 100 days working tenure. For example, every day if you spend 100 rupees, you should hold 10,000 rupees at every point of time. 100 into 100 going to be 10,000. In this manner, if a company is holding a working capital for 100 days, that is fine. But later, due to the many geopolitical conditions, corporates experience improvement in all these aspects due to the geopolitical tensions, inflation tenures, and monetary tightening of monetary policy and logistics and supply chain challenges. All these aspects are creating business uncertainties, which are resulting in more and more working capital. Okay, during pandemic time, it is increased by 5%. Again, that is at standing for 100. It means that a business firm should hold at least reserve cash for next 100 days. Yeah, this is the slide which is more informative. If you are able to catch it, you can easily catch it. First one, disclose daily sales. Second, which is in gray or brown color, is displaying payments.
Sir,
Third one,
slide not change, sir.
1 second. Now,
Yes, sir. Average working capital performance.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All these four factors, the importance and the proportionate of cash and capital every organization should hold. The first one is the day sales, outstanding day sales. The second one is payments. Third one is what is the amount stuck in terms of inventory. And finally, you are going to be arrived with cash conversion cycle. This cash conversion cycle helps the firm to assess their additional cash requirements. It is showing that the cash conversion cycle is 61 in the year 2011, but in the year 2019, it is showing that 71. It means in 2011, if you produced 100 rupees of items, to get the 100 rupees to your hand, it takes about 61 days. 61 days. But in the year of 2019, it is taking about 71 days. Means these 61 days or 71 days, your funds are going to be stuck there. Okay. If you're having clarity on this, you can decide and what are the sources and what are the forms of virtual working capital you can fix. That will be fixed usually. Ma'am, I'm changing the slide. Is it moving?
Yes, sir. Majority of industries.
Yes. Majority of the industries experience improvement of cash conversion cycle. After pandemic, if he is able to, everyone is able to understand that the pharma industry is doing far better, much better than any other industries. That's why it is standing in the first position. They are very good at converting their liquid assets into cash. Now they are taking about 30 days to convert their materials into cash. Okay. Similarly, each industry is showing their cash conversion cycle. Now, limitations and issues of working capital, as I mentioned from the beginning itself, beginning of the topic itself, there are no statutory bodies to fix working capital requirements to any business firm. That is completely up to the business person, the entrepreneur. What is the buffer or source cap, additional capital he or she.
Sir, slide not
Wait.
changed, sir.
1 second.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
there are no statutory bodies. Even the two different committees, either panel committee or NOI committee, which were established by, which were framed by RBI, and they submitted their reports during 1990s and 2000. But after 2 decades or 20 years, no policy has been fixed related to working capital. And this is carry some sort of benefit. Nobody or no one is going to be predict most accurately what is going to be happen. Even that is applying for working capital also. Even people try up to the level that majority of the cases going to be the failures. They are not able to accept the reality that they are not in a position to catch what exactly happening market, particularly in terms of finance or financial aspect. Yeah, I said earlier, even people on their businesses are doing very good. So, or even though they do not disclose the factors. And many just people work capital or are looking for working capital, they are looking for borrowings either farm sector, organized sector, or unorganized sector. It should not be like that. They should hold some reserves their capital or working capital. And finally, the domination of unorganized sector is there, particularly when it comes to MSME sector. And this is the sector which was struggled a lot during COVID tenure. And I submitted a report as part of my project work, a funding project to ICSSR. Uh, and I can proudly say that the study was named as financing issues of MSMEs in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so individually, I have taken up the study, and there we have, or else I have identified a number of problems, and all the problems were quoted to ICSSR. They have mentioned majority of the problem in their ICSSR bulletin. So whenever or if you get any chance, you can browse it on ICSSR website. Okay, so there were many problems, particularly when it comes to financing, and unorganized sector is still dominating for MSME segment. So due to all these aspects, the concept of working capital is still a mystery to many of the business people. If you hold or if you reserve more and more working capital, you are going to be lose an opportunity cost of working capital. If you reserve or allocate a lesser amount as towards working capital, that is going to be drags to many problems to you. So, these are the issues which are going to be considered when fixing working capital by entrepreneurs. Yeah, thank you. It's done from my end. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for spending your valuable time to give away our participants with the knowledge about what is meant by a break-even analysis. Really, it plays a major role for any startups or any incubation to go with. Any questions from the participant side? Any questions to Professor Sivareddy, sir, regarding break-even analysis? Really, this plays a major role, sir, whenever we go for any startup.
Not only startup, ma'am.
Yes,
for
sir.
every business.
For any business, business. Any questions from the participants? Otherwise, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you,
participants.
sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. I request all the participants to join by 2:30, 2:20 itself, without fail. Thank you.